Well, yesterday, Professor Sumadota Fikeni was making a joke saying perhaps we should have a protest report alongside traffic and weather updates. But we cross over now to the Eastern Cape, to Keiskammahoek to be precise. And there have been a violent protest, a service delivery protest over the past few weeks in that area. The Premier of the province is visiting the area today as part of Youth Month, and he will hand over sporting equipment to the youth in the area, as we understand. And recent visits by members of a provincial government have been met with hostility by community members. So for the latest on the story, we're crossing now live to our reporter Busisiwe Jemsana-Mantashe. Thanks so much for speaking to us once again, Busisiwe, and we understand the Premier has just arrived, so it's over to you.
A very good morning to you. We are still waiting for the Premier. I was told that his entourage was entering the school, but I haven't seen him. We would have hoped to speak to him about this initiative, understanding that about some weeks ago there was a violent protest in the town of Keiskammahoek, where residents were demanding service delivery top on the agenda, road construction into linking to the villages, the 35 villages in Keiskammahoek, especially roads linking to hospitals, to schools and to police stations. He had to come down and speak to the residents who did not want to speak to him and demanded to speak to the President, Cyril Ramaphosa, who later sent Dr. Zweli Mkhize to speak to the residents. Now some are saying this might be that this is a listening government when the people speak, but some are saying that in order for the government to listen to their plight, they have to go up in arms in streets, burn tires, burn buildings, in order for them to come and speak to the people and actually make sure that there is service delivery. About 2 weeks ago, we know that there were ablution facilities that were being delivered to some villages in Keiskammahoek following that protest, and that it would seem that a road has already been started being constructed. Oh, the Premier has just arrived. Sakina, I know we are pressed for time, but I'm going to try and ask him just one or two questions about his visit. Premier, thank you so much for joining us. Almost thought you were not going to make it. You are live on Morning Live. One thing, Premier, people see this as you coming and delivering. We know that 2 weeks ago the ablution facilities delivered following the violent protests that took place. Could this be a sign of a government that listens when the people speak?
Well, certainly we are also trying to create a sense of community here. Where there were issues that were raised, we took them to heart, and we looked to what it is that we can do within the means government has. Today we are here as part of that effort. Nearly all government departments are doing just as much to meet the challenge that the communities here face. It's still going to be a long road, but certainly those things that are easier to reach, we're really working hard at them. We're here to promote an initiative of young people. We want to build on that because we did find that a number of young people who are unemployed, who are looking to have something to do. Some of them could really do well engaging in sporting activities. That is why we're supporting that initiative here.
But some premiers see this as a government where people, when they need services, they have to go out on the streets, ban buildings, ban things, barricade streets, roads, and the government then will come down and talk to them and find solutions to their problems.
That is certainly regrettably from the point where I stand. It ought not to be like that. But given that people have had to really stand up for some of the issues, we're trying to make up to that. But of course, it should not be like that. As I say, all over, we must have responsive systems. There's got to be improved continuous communication with communities so that they are not forced into the kinds of actions we've seen.
Premier, because of time, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time. Sakina, the Premier of the province, Phumulo Masualle, saying that it is regrettable that residents would feel that they need to take to the streets to ban buildings, to ban things in order for the government to come down and listen to them and actually deliver services. It is back to you in studio, Sakina. We will be keeping tabs on what is happening here and speaking also to the beneficiaries of the sporting kits and the community at large. Sakina.